Yeah. Hello, wonderful viewers. Welcome once again to the broadcast of today. You know, like they used to say, many things don't happen. In fact, a lot of water has gone through or perhaps underneath the bridge. In essence, what we mean by that is simple. Um, that a lot of things have gone bad, too bad. And at this point, we are here to highlight at this junction rather, we are here to highlight some points that should be critical to the sanity of one's thinking capabilities. As you all can see, in today's exciting episode of our rolling program, this channel is called Ancient Idu. And here on this channel, we'll deal with those things that are vital, very, very vital indeed, that a whole lot of you don't want to talk about. But here on this channel, we'll talk about them. The title for today's broadcast is there on your screen. This one here. Simon Ekpa Biafran, a group of criminals. You see? What is going on in Nigeria? What is going on in the Southeast, more especially let me not use the Southeast. Let me use the old Eastern Nigeria. From the region of Edo State down all the way through to Benue, not the Benue? Yeah, Benue State. They will push it down to the coastal region. All through the Igbo speaking land and the Niger deltas and so on down. But it is much more heavy on the side that speaks the Igbo, the one they carved out and called the 5 southeastern states. In the real sense of this matter that's at hand, this pressing issue, the entire old Eastern Nigeria, is one people with different dialects, but it never ever made them different. You can check in your dictionary on the ambiguity of certain words, and you will get to understand about the relativity, the cousins, siblings, and so on, how they relate to each other, the entire Southeast. Before some useless set of people came with division, and they'll tell this side that you are Igbo. You are the Igbo of the Igbo. This one is the Igbo of the other Igbo. Like the one they said, Asaba is Ahaba. Obi Igbo, they change it to, instead of the OBI, they change it to OYI, These little differences. When they say Umu Okoro, UMU, what they did in the front of the U, the first U, they put the R and now call it Rumu. These little things. Who can be an expert in such devious attitude or character or deeds? Who can be an expert? It's only one that is anointed with the oil of Satan that can do such. Right now, till today, from when they did it till today, instead of us to get things that will foster the unity of everyone, that which our parents failed because they are so useless as parents, that which they failed to address and remove the stumbling blocks to let everyone know that they are one people. But they fostered that division because it benefited them. And to the concept or the context of Biafra. Biafra is non-existent, you know. Biafra doesn't exist in all ramification because the term Biafra was used specifically to transact humans in the sense, or perhaps in the layman's sense, that Biafra was a code name, a sequence for selling slaves. The Ubo people that became the IGBO, from UGBO to IGBO, they don't even know these things. And the most shocking and appalling part of this whole situation is that we have professors, we have doctors, we have people in the academic field, the emeritus, and so on. Doctors of history, doctors of science, and so on and so forth. Just name it. We have it. But they amount nothing, absolutely nothing. So let me just put it in a better step. They amount to tabularistic point of 0. That's what they amount to. Even 0 is a number that is even big. They are underneath 0. Maybe like -1 to -20. I don't know. Move over to the old Eastern Nigeria. Ask some elders, and you will hear the narratives that they will give about history. Oh, Ndi Mboshia, that's the people of the old. We worship one idol, one alusi, or one thing or the other. And as at that time, our ancestors told us that we are Igbo, IGBO. I'll sit down like this and I'll watch them. Next thing that will come out, I'll just say, both you and your ancestors, you people are useless people. To start off with, your ancestor was never meant to exist. But somehow, fate made them to exist. And that's why the legacy or the generation of useless people continues in such a trajectory that can only be likened with the speed of an ICBM. You know? Okay, good. You see this idiot on your screen, this very idiot. This is one of the most useless entities that I've ever seen. One of the most useless entities. We'll get to him. Let him just stay like that. Like a cripple. Like a cripple. This is ancient to do. And on this channel, we don't give regards to anyone. We don't give regards to how you feel. Because this stupidity has gone way too long. And we are not here for dialogue or debates. We are here to lay out the narrative the way it should be. This topic, this particular topic of Biafra, is going to be an issue that will rule. Because if you check on this particular handle, you will see we did a whole lot of programs about Biafra, about the mess going on in Nigeria, and so on and so forth, even up to this moment. But we are concentrating most of our energy on the religious aspect, because the religious aspect is what has brought us into this hole that we find ourselves today, this very hole. So now we are rediversifying, or we are moving back again to balance it out, both the religious side, the political side, and the trado-religious aspects. Well, yeah, we are taking it down there to address this issue. We hope it will be once and for all, but it wouldn't. Okay. You see, when Simon started, it's going to be a brief one because we are going to hammer down. And also, apart from our Facebook handle, we might open up other portals because we have other portals. We might open it up so that our broadcast can actually be gotten from other platforms. And we'll create another YouTube channel just in case on this particular handle you don't get to see our programs that much. You follow the backup channels or the backup page. On every other handle or platform, we'll set that up. Okay? The shit is getting messier. And we are equipped for this time. We are equipped for this time. Not just because we tend to be adepts of arcana, but because somebody has to step up and tell the narrative or tell the story the way it should be said. Huh? So, to the crust of the matter, when this whole thing started, every single unit, every single one functioned as, every single unit functioned together for one purpose. But within that unit that came together for one purpose, which was under the ideological leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His own ideology is not just that ideology per se. His ideology is an ideology of reality. He's a realism ideologist. That's what he is. And when Nnamdi Kanu found out that he was in the midst of brood of vipers, he said that Biafrans would sell him off. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man of means with words of wisdom. And many a times, he speaks plain. And in the parable that comes out plain, has different dimension. It's not that, atom shoots sporadically. But the type of atom that comes out from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't go sporadically. Every dimension they go in a volley. What we mean by the term of volley, just as in physics, is when something goes in a straight line continuously without bending. So if his goes in different dimensions, those dimensions has angle 45 degree in a straight line. It doesn't deviate. Why? Because what he says remains the truth, and the truth never deviates. The truth spreads out, but it goes direct. Not like the lie that the liar called Adeboye said. Oh, back in the days we thought that light is straight. But today I understand that light is not straight. Even when it's straight, it goes in waves. That means God himself is a liar. You know, like we said, we are adepts of the arcana. So when certain people make certain speech, we see the type of meanings that speech carries, the message it carries, it conveys. To us, words means a lot. And to us, 1+1 usually have 3 answers. It depends on the answer you want to lay on or you want to bet on. First answer, according to the scripture, it says, 2 shall come together to become 1. Second answer, according to mathematics, is 1+1 becomes 2. Then the third answer, according to the metaphysical thinkers, 1+1, remove the plus and bring them close together, it becomes 11. So it depends on how you want to view it. That's why to us, words means a lot. Okay? Good. So, Simon Ekpa came into the struggle not because it was genuine. You know, whatever that is not real, that is fake, at some point it will fade off. But this one, we are going to cut it short. So, because in the subsequent series that will come up now, we'll go deeper. He was an infiltrator that came into it right in the middle of activities and stole the show. He stole it. And ever since then, he had been leading based on deception. But I don't want to believe that Simon Ekpa did this alone. He never did it alone. That's why I said the group of criminals. We are going to look into what happened in Finland. We are going to look into it. You know, Simon Ekpa used to brag that Finland is an advanced country and they have respect to the rule of law and to the dictates or the principles of the human rights. So he's well secured in Finland. He gave a pseudo identity as a military officer, even as a legal luminary. Those were the images that he shot out there for people to look up at him. So when he stepped up the plate, Obasanjo, which happens to be an MI5 agent, now said, oh, this Simon guy is very dangerous. He's far more dangerous and far more deadlier than Nnamdi Kanu. That is a trump card. He's far more dangerous than Nnamdi Kanu. So with that, a whole lot of people got, oh, if Obasanjo can say such a thing about Simon, then he's right. Share this broadcast. I'm calling on you people. If you see it, kindly share this broadcast. Because this broadcast is one that is going to open up the eyes of a whole lot of people. If you want to get offended, we don't give a damn about how you feel. If you look at our previous production of contents and you get offended, that's your fucking business. We don't care. But we have come to the junction whereby you need to have some brain in your head. So when Obasanjo said that, it was a deception, a deceptive one, without knowing that Simon was already supplanted. into the struggle. And the fertile ground that brought him into the struggle was in Germany. You see, we are not going to go into details about that. So let's just maintain the program. So we wouldn't take for long. Because all these idiots on the screen, they need to speak. So we all know what happened, the kidnap, the abduction, and everything of Nnamdi Kanu, how the struggle went down the drain, all whatnot, you know. But then, those that are faithful, that are steadfast, that know what they want, remain it. And we kept on pushing. We kept on pushing. The DOS, they derailed completely. DOS was a total disaster. These are people that made money along the way and decided to sell their leader. To me, DOS and Simon, they are the same. Because there is no honor amongst thieves. But in career of crime, that of Simon is higher than this DOS. Do you understand? Because Simon came in as an infiltrator whose only mission was to destroy everything from within. DOS were loyal to Nnamdi Kanu, but when they saw money, they decided to have a second thought. That's the difference between DOS and Simon. So one is far deadlier than the other. And who was that was deadlier? It's Simon. Because when he got in, he dilly-dallied from pillar to post. When we pointed the fingers at DOS, Simon was busy fighting for the DOS. When we pointed the finger at Ejimako, Ejiofor, and others, Simon was busy fighting for them. When we pointed the finger to Uchechi Kanu, Simon once again was busy fighting for her. Then, after exposing this whole thing, Simon will debunk it. Then at the tail point of it, or perhaps at the end point, Simon will come out and say, oh, he has concluded his investigation. He found out that this one is it. The whole animals called the Igbos will believe him. And I said, you idiots. Is it that something is wrong with you? We have made this exposition. Even the doctor herself made this exposition longest time ago. Why is it that nobody wants to listen? Do you know why? Because the Igbos, they are destined for destruction. The scripture says that some were preordained for condemnation. And I believe that's the Igbos. You see this idiot on your screen? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Yeshua. Oh, Chukocha Benigwe. You see this idiot on your screen? The day the genuine uprising will come, anyone that is close to this guy will stone him. Anybody, once you spot him anywhere, even if it's in your dream, stone him from there. Because life is lived from the realm of the spirit to the physical. So if you jam him in your dream, stone him there. We are going to be technically brief. Because this particular one now will start digging, hammering every corner as time proceeds. So fast forward, Simon set up everyone, one after the other. He body shamed our women. They told all manners of lies and so on. Simon himself went to the river the other day. Technically half nude or naked. He went there to do sacrifices and everything. The same thing he accused someone else for. Then the whole useless thing called it, oh, Simon is right. Why would she do sacrifice? Why would she? She never made any sacrifice. What she got involved in was prayers, but she was framed. You see, she was framed. And the whole animals called Igbos, yeah, they follow Simon. We know that the chiefs were going to get down. We kept on watching. We kept on watching. And we stood our ground. Just as the three Hebrew boys said, O king, regards this matter, we are not careful to answer you. So we said to, and Joshua also said, as for me and my household, we will serve the living God. So we said to ourselves, oh, agitators and those, the brethren in the liberation movement, we are not careful about the stand or the step that we have taken. As Esther said, if we perish, if she perish, she perish. We said, oh, the three Hebrew boys said that. And now to Esther, Esther said, if we perish, we perish. So the stand or the step that we took, we said we'll die there. You know, we'll die there. We are not going to mix up with this stupidity. A whole lot of brethren, they fell away. They saw the money, not even money, peanuts. You know, they went for the peanuts. You know why? They are not contented with whatever they have. They don't. These people are like the graveyard. They can never ever get satisfied. They fell off along the way when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned and said the zoo have released money, but if you take the money, you will be destroyed with the money. And that has been the mantra of the DOS. One useless coordinator, one idiot. Those days they say, I don't know that the zoo have released money. Don't you know? Our leader said, I'll just say you are a fool. Is it every time that your leader will say, don't you have your own brains to reason? No, this is a quasi-military organization. Obey and command and control. Obey and cancel. Somersault and die. All those nasty, stupid mantras. They keep saying it. And it irritated me a lot. And that's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that our men, they gossip more than the women. That they are not ready for freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was right. Che Guevara, back then, he said, Africans are not ready for freedom. They love their stomach more than their freedom. That was then. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu repeated it again now. I know these things I'm saying here, majority of you will not get the drive of the message. You know why? Because you are black and your brain is black. On the other hand, you are Igbo. IGBO, Igbo. And IGBO also stands for goof, hemp, weed. The people are Igbo, very useless people. You cannot think. You can never ever think. All you want is someone that will tell you, oh, you are doing great. Don't worry. We'll push it. We'll push it. I'll ask a question. What are you pushing? Something your ancestors have been pushing up to your great-grandfather, your grandfather, your father. You are still pushing it without any tangible reason or change. We don't do things that way. We don't do it that way, okay? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that truth is life. If you tell yourselves the truth, the quagmire that you find yourself in is more of a mirage. It will melt away. But that mirage, which is just a figment of your imagination, becomes real because you don't want to take a step and renounce such foul thinking from your head. Huh? Okay. Now in Finland, let's see. Because we are going to do something here now. We're going to do something here. In Finland, Simon got arrested. While he was arrested, they charged him for disrupting the peace of Nigeria. That is what they charged him for. Why they charged him like that? Okay. I was just trying to remember something. But before then, let me play this video so that you all can see it, so that you all can see it. Let me pause it. You see this very video on your screen. This very video is part of what happened in Finland. Long before now, sometime earlier last year, when we got a couple of messages, oh, you need to get back to the fold of the autopilot from the other side. Oh, they don't say, oh, I hope you are not going the wrong way. DOS is the final thing. So we are ordering you. You need to go back to the fold. You need to. And as usual, when we are rude, As usual, I said no. The Bible said, when thou goest to the house of the Lord, in the book of Ecclesiastes, keep thy feet. That means stand firm. Than to give the sacrifices of food. What is the sacrifices of food? Filthy lucre. What is a lucre? Lucre is fiat currency, money, paper money. So, in what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood for, that's where we stand. You understand? That's where we stand. It's not a difficult thing. The money will always come and go. When we were growing up as kids, my mom told me some time ago, back then, that if you are going for honor and you meet money along the way, leave that money, chase the honor. When you get that honor, money will come to you. But if you leave that honor and take up the money and say, after all, after the honor, I'm gonna work for money, and the money came now, why wouldn't I take it? But the moment you take it, you become subject to that money. You become a slave. You start serving that money. You chase the money all the days of your life. And your life will amount to nothing, So many of the bandits that stepped out for liberation movement, they all met money along the way and they decided to backslide. They didn't even backslide. They took a dive. They took a dive. Today, I will digress for a second. I saw a video of Ikenga. That will come up in the next broadcast. Advising people that anything you want to do in the Southeast, you need to seek permission from the government. Ikenga. That idiot that you will ask his name, you say, my name is Ikenga. His name is Ikenga. Ask him to spell it. He will not be able to spell it. But he knows his name. That is the idiot. See, sometimes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did a great job by bringing the most useless things from our land and assembling them together all in the name of freedom fighting, so that the world will see how useless Igbos are. That is what Nnamdi Kanu did. That's what he did. Check from the beginning to the end, even from the time of DJ Razor, Uche Metaphor. Go and check. No matter the education of these animals, they sell out in the most rotten way. Ikenga saying that you need to take permission. He has forgotten that he's a liberation movement fighter. He's a freedom fighter for emancipation of his people. Now he's saying you need to take permission from the government that is the oppressor. Can't you see that these people that call themselves Igbos, they don't even know where they belong to? They don't. This is Finland. I told them long ago that when the date comes for the so-called stupid thing that Simon the criminal Ekpa said, that when that time comes, a new story will crop up. Simon started collecting money even from the hands of the people that are suffering in the southeast. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave a clear warning, nobody should drop a cent from the southeast, Simon started collecting money. In the military architectural design, there's no how you buy certain war weapons or weapon of war that it will not come out in major medias. Simon said he bought a war jet. Not even a war jet. War planes. Simon said he bought warship, submarine, and everything. And the useless things that called themselves Igbos, we are all rejoicing. You see this video on the right side of your screen, that very video there. You will see it play. These are well-established men, Igbo men and women. Igbo men and women. And I'm sure they are engineers, doctors, philosophers, and everything. These are the ones the scripture called the brood of vipers. The brood of vipers. Hyenas, wolves, scorpions, serpents, reptiles. That is the convergence of criminals. Simon gave them a date, said December 2nd. December 2nd. Lo and behold, this is December 7th. He said by then he will go to war. He has invited his master because he's a Tinubu boy. He works for Tinubu. He has invited Tinubu. Everybody. He invited America, Israel. He told Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un is on his side, North Korea. That day, when he wants to declare Biafra, any shaking from Nigeria, missiles will come from Kim Jong-un, and so on and so forth. Everyone was singing, dancing. Some even came to me and told me, oh, comrade, you need to go back to this guy, you need to go back. You and this guy, you and this guy, you were in good terms before you started together. Oh, comrade, hey, let it not be as if things are happening now. You will be no. Many of them told me that, many. I said, once I've spoken. And on this mountain, I'll build my palace. What is a mountain? The mountain of truth, not the molehill that you people made a mountain. That I don't care. As if 1 Timothy or so said, we came into this world with nothing and will live with nothing. It's certain that we will live with nothing. You see, that's where I stand. I said, no. If he's getting it right, let him get it right. But if he gets it right and gets you people in Biafra, bear it in mind that Biafra will be the most rotten place that will ever exist on the surface of the earth. Because number one, Biafra is not our identity. Ojukwu asked the question, why Biafra? Today, with all the doctors of history, everybody, including the so-called PLO Lumumba, nobody can answer that question. That's why I said, it's either the deceivers are being deceived or they are deliberately doing this thing. Because you cannot tell me that you spent almost 20-something years of your life in the academic field, research and everything. You became a doctor, you became PhD and everything. You don't know nothing. And you want to tell me that these people are human beings. How can you study for over 20 years of your life and you still know nothing? Everything you know is error. Error. You graduated with first class, you scattered the academic field, you set records, but all the records you set were records of lies. How can you say you are Biafra? See, today, how can you say you are Asaba when your original name is Ahaba? How can you say you are Oyigbo when your original name is Obigbo? How can you say you are Port Harcourt when your original name is Iguacha? How can you say you are Bantu when Bantu was given to you by a German? How can you say you are IGBO when it was a project that Britain established? How can you say you are Arkebulan when it was the Arabs that gave it to you? But if you see all these academic animals, they come out and they start proving rubbish, start talking rubbish. But the truth is there. The truth is there. Even how will you say Egypt is the most powerful civilization when Sumeria is above it, when Tartaria is above it? Tartaria is far more advanced than Sumeria. In all these things, we still have the Eridu, which was the first. How can you idiots know when you don't even want to learn? When I look at these people, I look at them and shake my head. Like the pastor that was on your screen, he said his name is King Leo Elijah Wanting Bandit. David Bandit Elijah King Leo. That's what he called his name. And you see them coming out. King James is the most standard version of the Bible that God approved. Who approved King James? When King James was a stolen manuscript, basically from the works of William Tyndale. I know you all will be looking at, oh, he's going to say Swiss, Geneva Bible, cover the Bible, and so no. Those ones were dead before the King James Bible. The main job, the main person that did that Bible was William Tyndale, that was executed because he refused to dedicate the book to the king. And 3 to 5 years later, they now collected everything, republished it, and named it King James, the work of someone else. That's how wicked this world is. The brainchild, I won't say it's the brainchild of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but the IPOB itself was his own brainchild. They stole it, made nonsense out of it, made a garbage out of it. The videos on your screen here, I have about 4 videos. When you listen to this thing, if you see the Igbos, you just spit at them, or perhaps if you see anyone that will come out to Project Biafra, you take something and harm that person. They don't deserve freedom. They don't. Freedom is gonna come, but it will take a different trajectory. Very, very different. I'm telling you all the truth. Now to Finland and Simon. To Finland and Simon. Simon, the lion of Lati, was captured by squirrels. Can you imagine where squirrels like porcupine and others will capture a lion and lock a lion? Can you imagine? It's a question. A few days to the so-called announcement, Simon is nowhere to be found. He has been arrested. And instead of people to say the truth, they started publishing nonsense. Started lionizing the guy, making him a legend. While all this was going on, the CDS, Chief of Defense Staff of the Nigerian Army, came out and said, oh, Ngozi Orabueze is the most dangerous. So everybody prepare. We need to go to war with her. She's the most dangerous. Far more dangerous than Simon. I started laughing. You know why I laughed? That was the trump card Obasanjo played when they projected Simon. Then none of us saw it coming. So we believed that Obasanjo has said this that this is the truth. But mind you, Obasanjo is an MI5 agent. Tinubu is a CIA agent. Simon works for Tinubu. So, sometime last year, the APC award committee came out and they nominated the same Ngozi Orabueze for national award. Why are they giving her that award? That they did well to keep the country together. How and why would APC say such a thing? Probably by then, Nnamdi Kanu was out until after the successful abduction of Nnamdi Kanu. 2 years later, Orabueze, the same person that was in the fold of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, got nominated for award. And they need to award Nigerians in the diaspora because they did a lot of job to ensure that the country remains one. Who are these people? Simon Ekpa and co. That's why I said the group of criminals. Orabueze was nominated for an award. Today, CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, said that Orabueze is the most dangerous. I once again looked at the Igbos, useless things. They are starting rejoicing. If they hold on, we get new leader. How did they say that thing again? That means we will look like tomorrow, that tomorrow will never come to an end. The more they kill us, the more we multiply. I said, you people are idiots. I said, you are meant for destruction. If they kill you, you multiply. If they kill you, you multiply. Stupid things everywhere. I told them that, look, Orabueze directly is from the APC. No, it cannot be. That was when they said that time. If they say Orabueze wants to APC, why would she be saying these things about Nigeria? Why would she? I said, this is what I hate about these people. I don't like it at all. When you want to reason with them, they start talking off points. Why is it? Any person can say anything. I say, yes, truly, anybody can say anything. When you take a look at yourself and a look at your land, where you are coming from, you will know that whatever that is happening to you is well deserved. How can Fulani control a people like this? Because you people are useless. You people don't even have a vision. The Bible says people perish because they don't have vision. You people don't have a vision. The only vision you people have is the vision of witchcraft. That is the main vision of the Igbos, witchcraft. Don't get me wrong, there are lots of good people amongst them, but I have to sound this way so that the good ones amongst them will get so irritated by my voice that they will rise up and chase away the evil people from their midst. These evil people need to go, every single one of them. They need to go, they need to be chased away. Now, Simon vanished. They said he was arrested. Then after a while, we started seeing videos. Simon Ekpa live, Biafra Unite, come and do Simon Ekpa. They will talk to Simon, Simon will answer and everything. Simon was even hosting people on phone calls in one of the live broadcasts. So someone now asked Simon that he heard that Tinubu arrested him. What did Simon say? Simon said, who did they arrest? Do you want me to blind him with a punch? Don't you know that I'm a strong man? I will just injure him. He said it in Igbo language. Do you imagine? So, it got to, that was sometime last month, 10 days before the so-called, 12 days before the so-called, 12 or 10 days before the so-called December 2nd. So, December 3rd, I came out. And I asked, where is Simon? They said Simon is still inside and he was still locked from the day they caught him. I said, but from the day they caught him, up to yesterday that was the previous day, being December 2nd, Simon was hosting live program up and down. He said he was going to beat Tinubu and enjoy him. And so, who was the guy that hosted all those live programs? November 30th or November 29th, CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa said, Orabueze is more deadlier than Simon. And they should focus attention on calming her down. That since they already have Simon. Who was the guy that even made broadcast up to November 30th? Who was the guy? You see how these animals called Igbos can't reason. Someone was making a broadcast 10 days, 10 or 12 days before the date. He was arrested like on the 13th, I think, before the last week of November. He was arrested. Then from that time, the last week of November, all through to December 1st, he was making live videos and everything. Who was the guy that was impersonating to be Simon when Simon was already locked up in Finland? Idiots everywhere. You people can't think. Who was the guy answering live phone calls? You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Someone was using his handle, typing. They couldn't come out to use his voice. You know why? Because they believed that he would have been dead. Someone was using all his social media handles, addressing Nigerians until like 11 days later, there about 11 days later, everyone now understood that he had been kidnapped long time ago. So now, Simon, they said, was arrested, but he was busy hosting live programs for 10 straight days before December 2nd. December 2nd came and went. They said, oh, he was still in detention. And I asked a simple question. Who was the guy that did those things? You know, that was the question I asked. That who? So you people knew you people never even knew that they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. US. But you were using his handle. Who was using his handle? They say, hey, shut up. You don't need to ask questions. This is a quasi-military organization. You'll be dealt with. You'll be disciplined. I said, no. Who was the guy? The other one said, if we catch you in Biafra land, we are going to deal with you. And I said, look at Igbos, animals that hate to think. Animals that hate to think. They don't want to hear the truth. These people, they have a problem with the truth. They have a serious problem with the truth. Now, in Finland, Simon got arrested and locked up for fighting the so-called useless fight. He said he was fighting for freedom. And they charged him and 4 others for disrupting the peace in Nigeria. Meanwhile, November 29th or November 30th, they did this program on your screen. In Finland, inauguration of Biafra. They did the program there. And I think, yeah, in this program also, Simon was chanted everywhere. I don't know who was the Simon that was there dancing or whatsoever, because you know he likes dancing. And authoritatively, we learned, or we saw him, his response to the Finnish authority, that he was just a content maker. This was the same Simon that said some time ago, if you see this broadcast, please share it, let it go far. And while you share it, there is one that I lost some time ago where Simon said with his mouth that you and I know that Biafra is dead, Biafra is finished, that there is nothing like Biafra. Simon said that. So if Simon could have said that like 3 years ago, then today he now said he's just a content maker. Can't you people connect the dots? What is wrong with your rotten brains? I know what is wrong with your brain. Corruption. Right? And crime. That's why you can't think. That's why you cannot connect dots. That's why you can be a PhD, a doctor, and you can't think. Doctor of history, doctor of Mumuism, doctor of eutology. Mad people everywhere. Mad people. Who was the guy? Who? Simon said that. Now, the event went on in Finland. People flew from across the world. They were there chanting Biafra, dancing, doing their flags and everything. And they had uniform officers marching, parading. I said, this could just be an early end of the year celebration, because by December, proper December, many of them will travel for Christmas to be with their families. So they just had to go to Finland and celebrate. I believe that is the story they will give the Finnish authorities. You see, that's why I said it's a gathering, a group of criminals. With this hall filled to the brim, who were the ones marching like soldiers and everything? Who were the white men that came there to make speech? Huh? Who were they? I don't know. If what you're saying is the truth, why will white people come and say something? If white people come and say something, it means it's the truth. I say because you people are animals. Anything goes to deceive an animal. And the Igbos, I'm not sorry to say, the Igbos are the easiest things on earth to deceive. They say they are wise. Play along their wise lines. That wisdom pathway that they stand, play along there and you take everything from them. That's the Igbos for you. Just deceive them. They will fall Yakata. According to that man, they will fall Yakatali. They will fall. Donald Trump said, you know, he's a billionaire. He said he has friends that are rich, wealthy. But funny enough, once these people go broke, bankrupt, they cannot even afford money for their haircut. The moment they manage to borrow money, get ticket, they go down to Africa. If they are coming back from Africa, they are restored back to their normal status. They will become multi-millionaires or billionaires once again. Now, what is going on in Africa? That's what Donald Trump said. He said he doesn't know how people go to Africa and come back with so much money. And you see, that's what he said. Have you all forgotten that Mark Zuckerberg went to Nigeria to meet with the then dead Buhari? And I think about $2 billion was given to that little guy. Zuckerberg went there to cash out and walk away. So for all these white men to be here to speak, they all got paid handsomely. I'm sure that they got millions of dollars each. Oh yeah, come here and come talk to these people so that they will believe something they happen. After that, today, have we heard anything about Biafra? The light is going off. The light of Orabueze is growing. They will sustain these lies forever. Now, in order to dose the momentum down, they said Nnamdi Kanu will come out December 22nd. As I laughing. This one is just to buy you people's time. You know, Igbos, I don't know. Goof. Hemp is in your brain. You can't think. You can't think. Thinking is a taboo to the Igbo man. Heavy taboo. You see where we are coming from. It's a shame. It's a shame. Just listen to this thing, I beg you. We have talked for almost 1 hour.
We want to make sure that, as Biafra declared yesterday, if they commission their men and they're looking at their 12:15, Ambazonia should be there covering their back at their 12:45. We want to
stop there and see how they say USB. What is USB? United States of Bandits or Unified Selected Bandit, USB. They like copying everything. You heard what the guy said? Oh God. The same place they arrested Simon for Biafra is the same place they are hosting the same event. The Finnish government did nothing. You see, don't blame the white man. Don't blame the white man for anything. Blame yourselves first. Listen to this one. You all can see, you can see the theatrical performance. You can see the mammoth crowd there singing, believing that their Biafra has come. Who do these people this thing? Where on earth is such a nonsense done? Look at that one dressed in ceremonial attire or whatsoever. Look at the so-called white people and so on there. You see them. You see them. These are people that they love to be deceived. They love to be deceived. It's not that anyone is deceiving them. They deceive themselves. They deceive themselves. Let me pause this one because this one is going to talk for like 7 minutes. And you will hear, this another Ibotic bandits. Look at, they don't have sang songs of praise to God. They have God in their mouth. But in their hearts, Lucifer has a throne. These people are God that gives God lip service, but in their hearts lies a fountain of darkness. Look at this one. He has dressed like a woli. Woli is what the Yorubas call prophets. He has tied the banana color on his waist, with the white one thing on his body and the red cap. Simon came to replace Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to take the leadership position so that everyone will look up to him as the main guy. Simon has 1,000 names, pseudo identity. Simon is a Trojan horse. And dealing with Trojan horse will need Spy Hunter 5, which is a far more advanced virus hunter to remove such a Trojan horse, because McAfee cannot remove it. Malwarebytes cannot remove it. 123 antivirus cannot remove it. We need a strong antivirus that is far stronger than even the viral guard. So I nominate or suggest Spy Hunter 5, not 4, 5. That is the type of spy antivirus remover that we use to remove Simon. That guy is terrible. That guy is extremely deadly. Look at this one. He's an Onyamuma Baba Woli. A prophet that can hear from God. But their God never told them that Simon is fake. Their God never told them that Simon is fake, that he's a criminal, an infiltrator. You see where we have problem with these people. The word of God makes your face to shine. Because the Bible says the gift in you will bring you before king. What is that gift? Ojuku said, why Biafra? Till today, nobody can answer. We brought the answer. They debunked it sharply. You know why? Simon never said it. That bandit. He never said it. How can the blind lead those that sees? But in Nigeria, more especially in Igbo and in black people's world, it's usually the blind people that leads those that have sight. It's a shame. Listen to this idiot on your screen. Sharp, sharp. We don't have time for rubbish.
Onye fungo ha n'ibu. If you know what to brain ya si ha n'ibu. Imana na onye ajosu no gba okpokoro enweghị na n'ime brain ya. Anọ m na Facebook live. Enwere m Western Union MoneyGram Real Money Shop n'obodo a. Iwe ha akwụkwọ n'obodo a. Inwere right imepe shop. So enwere m office nga m na manage n'obodo a. So anọ m na Facebook na Abugande Madu, say anybody that want to send money, receive money, you can contact me. One person, agent here, I contact them, send me your number. Mure number here. So I'm a more I contact them. Some prophet. Na a business actually made from Brazil to Germany. Ha. I say ha. I'm checking to the mo ye wishi. I say na.
You know what? I'll stop that guy there because he's more of a gossip. And gossip sometimes, in most cases, they irritate me, you know. So, but we are going to transition this one now. No. This very gossip, it will be for another day because we are going to deal with him. So now let me bring you to the caricature of the day. Yeah. This is the mascot of the day. The guy that has been on your screen all the way. Although what he said here is for almost 18 minutes or 19. But I don't think we are going to play it all. Because he has his own day also. Him and the other guy will address them together. So let's see.
Myself in a place called the southern eastern part of this country. And I see myself right there called the Biafran Bite. As I enter there, I am seeing what's called Simon Ekpa surveys in Biafra land. And I begin to ask myself, I thought this man is right there in Finland. And what's going on? What's going on here? What's happening there? I am seeing the man surveys and has become a completely different person from who you used to know.
Shut up. You see this guy? This very idiot on your screen. He's one of the respected pastors in Igbo land. And in fact, we are not going to deal with him, but I'll just give a little bit about him. Let me get another of his video where his voice is clearer because he doesn't even know how to use the microphone to speak. You keep hearing pom, 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 pom. Why do you hear such sound from his microphone? Because he's an idiot. He's just an idiot that knows nothing apart from stealing from people. He's a thief. Remember, when the heat was raving high, 2022, this guy came out and aligned himself with the struggle. He said, for any people that are fighting for freedom without a prophet, that it is not going to be that easy. That check in the Bible, from the days of this one to the days of that one, there were prophets that led them and so on. So he came as a mouthpiece of God, as the eye of their God, which happens to be a God of mint, money. He came. He now put Ojukwu as the main man, put Nnamdi Kanu as man number 2, put Simon Ekpa as man number 3, then he himself put himself as man number 4. You see how they exalt themselves, forgetting that the scripture says that pride goeth before a fall. You see how they exalt themselves. Then after a while, it seems as if nothing happened. Sometime within last year, after that election, that T-Pain, you all know T-Pain, but Olori Awon Adon, after the guy took the election and became the current president of Nigeria, this same idiot came out. And he said as a prophet that God made him to understand that he needs to pray for the land, Nigeria, for Nigeria to come together and grow in prosperity and in harmony. This idiot on your screen, this idiot. Now they have called him out. Now they have given him some Lijan. Lijan is money, locally, in French. They have given him some Lijan. He's out here to start talking rubbish again. And I saw these so-called animals that call themselves freedom fighters of Nigeria or one thing or Biafra land, posting this guy's stuff, promoting him, praising. You see, I have come to the final conclusion that any Igbo man, I don't want to know if you are deceived, because I believe you have something here. Any Igbo man that cannot see from the cloud of the fraud that is going on, that Igbo man is benefiting from whatever that is going on. I swear. No apology. No exceptions. That Igbo man is benefiting from it. I saw people posting this guy on their pages on Facebook. You have them have like 10,000 likes, 20,000 likes, and so on. 6,000 comments, 8,000 comments. Stop it, believe in this man. This is the game plan. This is the trajectory. This guy has come out. They have given him another one. He will promote. Maybe after this week, there is another one. Will jump out next week. Like that. They will do it until December 22nd. And then also by then, it seems on the 15th or 18th, all courthouses should go on recess for the holidays, So now, which courthouse will release Nnamdi Kanu on the 22nd? So when that time comes, they say, okay, one thing or the other happen. Let's wait until January. Then the Biafrans, instead of them to protest, they say, Christmas is just 2-3 days away. Let's just relax. It will be better. Things will be good. Good days are coming. Let's celebrate this Christmas, celebrate New Year, and thank God first. Then after that, we look into our protest. Before they try to look into protest, February 14th have come. Everybody will be exchanging gifts. Regina Daniels will come out again to walk like this, like rabbits. All your useless prostitutes called the Nigerian female celebrities and male celebrities, they come out like this. Everyone, they celebrate Valentine's. After Valentine, they say, okay, now let us strategize. Easter is back. No, not Easter. Yeah, Easter is by the corner, or Eid al-Fitr. Before that time, stories will keep coming. They keep Nigerians busy. The moment they keep people busy with story, just forget it. Forget it completely. They already know what's trending. They already know what's selling. Give them things to gossip about before they know what are going. 1 year don't finish, 2 years don't finish, 3 years don't finish. Before you know what are going, election time is around. Everybody say, okay, no, now let's go. It's PVC. We'll kick them out. Just as Chinedu Asuzu Peter said. You see, the apple does not fall far from the tree. The apple, it doesn't fall far. And the insect that eats the leaf resides right inside the leaf. The Yoruba said, Kokoro tó ń jẹ ẹ̀fọ́, nínú ẹ̀fọ́ náà ló wà. that which is our problem is within us. Simple and clear, according to the French people. Simple and clear. Our problem resides right inside us, and the problem of the black man is the brain. They hate to think. There is a virus in the brain of the black man that can never ever be removed by any antivirus, no matter how hard you reformat that brain. Is tabula rasa. Complete one. People that believe so much in phantasmagoria, the Igbos, and you want to tell me that they are normal. This guy has come out now with another high frequency deception, and he saw in the realm of the spirit in Biafran land. This Simon there. He now said, God, what is going on? You see the stories. He never saw this one when the whole struggle looked as if it collapsed. Then he went to Tinubu and said he's going to make national prayers for Nigeria to be united. Last year, this idiot on your screen. This very useless thing on your screen. You want Asian to do to respect this thing. Is that what you want? I should respect this thing. We are talking of how to build a nation, how to make the country good, how to make it great. Idiots are there deceiving everyone. Why? Because they love money, easy money. Let me just end it this way. Anybody that takes preaching as an occupation is a thief. A bum, a lazy ass bum that cannot use the creative imagination or the powers of the brain, the mind to create something, but they use it to rob from people. They rob even from the widows and the orphans. These things on your screen, as Simon did, taking money from widows, say he used it to go and buy a worship. Oh yeah, he don't say it now. Oh yeah, where your worship? Idiots everywhere. Time for election came last year. Men communicated with Simon that they are going to stop the election. Simon gave them an order to stand down. That he's not after the election. Nigeria can have their election. What he wants to create now is Biafra currency. A gemma. We'll put the head of the cow head of Azoka. Or Mrs. Azoka will put her cow head there. You see the stupid garbage coming out from there. Now he came out, he said, oh, when that one had finished, now say after a long time, oh, now we are creating states in Biafra land. We have Ororokiri state, we have Monkenanwe state, we have Okenangwere state. Look at name, Ebonyi state, Ozoka state. Look at names. And I say these people are educated. Where on earth will they be able to pronounce those names? In that small parcel of land that made the land not to be as big as Slovenia or Czech Republic. Germany itself, the entire Germany is bigger than the entire Eastern Nigeria. Huh? Now you are creating 30-something states. It's like going to a local government. Or maybe Lagos State becoming a country. And you create 30-something states from Lagos State. Well, I know that from world map you look, you will not even see Nigeria. If you see it, it will just be like a little icon. And from there, he created a state, a country that has 30-something. It's a shame. It's a shame. I will sign it off from here. Like I said, this program is not meant to be for long. We'll come back to reanalyze this thing. Then we'll deal with this people squarely. We will not miss it. It's a promise. So, fellas, you will join us in the next exciting episode of the Pulpit Bandits. That's what will happen. And not even the Pulpit Bandit. Ancient to do in this liberation movement stuff. Because this program now, we are going to tackle the madness and the criminality that is going on in the name of freedom fighting. We'll have to put a wedge to it. We need to stop it and stop these thieves from further polluting the land or destroying it. Thank you all. We're going to see you all in the next one.